What is up, everybody? It's Rivers here today. So this whole Sony fanboy versus Act Man saga of the console war is getting very interesting. So the Sony fanboys were super butthurt about the Act Man's recent video. And so now that, like I said, I even touched on this in my last video too, they start trying to cancel this guy, putting up old tweets. And it's now gotten to the point where these guys will start they pulled out the race card. Like it's like a Uno draw for like this Ultimate Yu-Gi-Oh card or something like that. They are using this race card for nonsense. Like, what is this nonsense right here? I couldn't believe when I first read this post right here, but then this post kind of blew up. So this guy kind of acting had to respond to this. He had to apologize, but this is completely ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous. So this is what this guy said. He says, "This man, the Act Man, decided to attack black content creators on Black History Month for a reason. Now we know why." I'm like, and when did he attack black content creators? It's like, what? These people pretty much dug up old tweets from like, what was it, like 5 to 10 years ago about this guy. Because I guess he's going out back and forth with a black person right here. But that don't mean he hates black people. Like, I'm not getting, like, what are people talking about? I'm like, oh man, the level of the butthurtness from this being a Sony fanboy does to you. They are literally bringing up the race card. Like, what? This is so stupid. It's like, if you have to dig up tweets from somebody's past from 5 years ago to be offended by, then it's like, you lost the argument at that point. Like, once again. And it's like, I don't like this old cancel culture nonsense where you have to find up old tweets that you didn't care about before, but because they did something, this person did something you don't like, you want to try to use it against them as ammo to try to ruin their reputation or how they're seen in the mainstream public opinion. So I'm just not feeling that. It's super corny in my opinion because, let's be honest, everybody says crazy stuff in their past. We just don't have it on social media. It's just like, can you imagine being judged by everything you said from like 10 years ago or 5 years ago? That's craziness. But and then some of the main people who were claimed to be offended by this stuff, they said even worse stuff. Like I was listening to a podcast where they mentioned this situation about the Act Man. They were saying how these guys are racist and all this other stuff. I'm like, I'm listening to this one guy. He has said some crazy stuff before on his time on YouTube. So are we really throwing stones here? Because it's just because you're not as big as this guy is, but you said some equally crazy stuff before that can be used against you. I mean, it can literally be used against you at your job or workplace, but nobody cares about this person that much to do that. So I don't know. They just seem like some craziness to me. So this is more stuff people just pulled up to try to I guess condemn this guy. So let's see what people have to say about this. So it says, "You and this other guy before this post is made, this is the only card you ever really need." It's the black card. They legit using it like this, like a Yu-Gi-Oh card or something. Like, this is kind of crazy right here. These people really don't give a crap what this guy said before in the past. They're only using this because they were butthurt about his video. They don't truly care about none of this nonsense they said. It's like none of these people were truly offended. This is the insanity right here. Oh dear God, you're pulling a race card. Do not play that card. He says, "Effing loser, 1-800-YIKES." Oh man, I like that. Quite sad that all our predecessors' efforts against fighting racism for freedom, etc., result in you playing console wars. Yeah. It's like, people actually do racism, real actual racism, but it's just being reduced because of some console war nonsense. Like, it's kind of sad. Let's see. The receipts are pathetic. Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of the whole, like, this whole cancel culture nonsense once again, that people find old tweets about people. Like with the whole James Gunn situation. Apparently, like, he had some tweets that was used against him to try to cancel that guy. So, because he was saying some crazy, like, jokes about kids. And so Disney let him go. Then people are like saying, "Yay, get rid of him!" But then as soon as DC gave him some money for acting for a director role for Suicide Squad, people were back. Like, it was like, "Yay, James Gunn, we love you again. We love you, James Gunn." And they announced he's doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. The same people was like, "Yay, we love you again." So this cancel culture, it's just nonsense. It's just trendy. It's just people just like to gang up on other people when they see them I guess when people want to see like a what's the right phrase of saying it, like like being on a dead horse or something like that, or like people want to see a train wreck. I don't know what the phrase is, but people just want to jump in when they see somebody else is like getting I don't know, like a mob mentality type of thing is what I'm trying to say. But nobody truly cares at the end of the day. Nobody truly cares about any of this nonsense. Oh yeah, then they found this other guy. This other guy. He was like, "How dare the act man say these things?" They looked in his past tweets, and he says the same kind of similar stuff. But okay, these guys are just hypocrites. So this is the act man responding to these Sony fanboys. He brought up all these old tweets. I'm gonna try to skim through some of this stuff. You can read this on your own. So he says, most of my fans are probably not aware of how deep the rabbit hole goes with this console war nonsense, but it's actually much darker and worse than you think, as PlayStation fanboys will criticize my latest video for not focusing on Xbox fanboys enough, which I should consider yourself luckily I didn't share any of the absolutely heinous as some of you have pulled in the past. I went easy as F on you. Like the tweets of y'all using pictures of Joel's death from The Last of Us 2 and comparing to the death of someone's father. Jeez. Yeah, so it pretty much, Sony guys did some crazy stuff in the past, what he's trying to get from us, but he didn't use any of that real crazy stuff to talk about these guys with. So he kind of went easy on these guys, but they were still butthurt. Yeah, because Sony guys take it way too far with this nonsense. Like, yeah, I'm not going to touch on this. You can read the rest of this on your own, but yeah, they do some crazy stuff on Twitter, so. It almost seems like the PlayStation fans hate the internet for not liking The Last of Us 2 like they want to. Yeah, they're really digging up this entire man's history on Twitter. Yeah, that was some corny stuff right there. When you actually got to dig up somebody's what they say on social media, that's some corny stuff right there, in my opinion. Like, I'm not feeling that right there, bruh. This guy was calling out Act Man. Yeah, when you look at anybody's past, like that's craziness. When you look at anybody's what you said like the past 10 years, because like some words that was used that this guy used. It's like it was common words to use even when I was a kid. So it's kind of like, hey, I mean, it's offensive now, but back then it wasn't offensive. So I can kind of see how people would be like, hey, you shouldn't say that now. But I don't know. I just don't get with this cancel culture nonsense. But let's continue. Who makes the most outrageous, outlandish, and ridiculous takes on this app? Yeah, unanimously, PlayStation fanboys won this poll. So, a lot of people agree that PlayStation fanboys say the most craziest things, but they get mad when you tell them that they say the most craziest things. Though, doesn't make any sense. But those posts are in the past. Actually, maybe they changed too. I am right. You also told someone to cut their wrist. Okay, that might be the more severe version of what you tell. If you tell somebody to go play in traffic or go jump off a cliff, then you're pretty much saying the same thing, but just like a sugar-coated version of it. So, I don't know. Especially you going back and forth with somebody on the internet and you say that, and it's like, really being offended by that. Breaking news: console wars are for sad-ass losers. As an Act Boy fan, I find his comments really disappointing, nor did he apologize for what he said. This happens all the time nowadays. Just wish dude made a sincere apology and watched the TV, but I surely will. Yeah, so he did apologize for this stuff. I was like, why do you gotta apologize? I mean, I don't know. I guess you got a big fan base like that. You do want to apologize for this nonsense, but truthfully, nobody truly cares, to be honest. Nobody gives a crap. Nobody really cares at the end of the day. This is just some nonsense they use because they were butthurt about the Sony fanboy video. About the video talking about Sony fanboys. That's the only reason why this is being brought up right now. Nobody truly cares. Oh, man. Don't forget the time someone got mad of God of War delayed. They say Atlanta Press to get, super bad stuff that was to this woman. Then it was going to be PS5 only, or the one that sickens me more was the meme of Sony devs / Xbox developers. Yeah, they was comparing to Sony. They was pretty much comparing Sony and Xbox developers, female developers' looks with each other. Yeah. Sony guys say the most craziest crap. What they get mad that when you call them out on the crazy stuff they say is just insanity. Sometimes I feel like people who get wrapped up in the console wars are just people who don't appreciate games enough, and they clearly don't appreciate the people behind those games. It's generally discussing what some people do. Let's see. The PlayStation Code is actually something else. Gotta watch out, Act Man. They're coming for you now. Yeah, this saga of this whole console nonsense is pretty insane. Oh man, all this fanboy that I've been witness has been cringe. It was not okay. It was cringe. Opponents act like people are perfect and don't make mistakes. Facepalm. Yeah. If you had your entire like history judged, everything you said in history being judged, that's some craziness right there. From like 5 years ago at that. I can understand if it was like some recent stuff. Or this guy was saying some real off the wall, like some genocidal stuff like that. But if somebody says some cringy edgelord stuff on the internet, I mean, I'm not gonna take that too serious from like 5 or 10 years ago. Like it's kind of ridiculous. Something clear, right? There's not really too much to say about this topic. It's just sad that these guys really had to bring Black History Month when this has nothing to do with Black History Month. It's just some. They just found these crazy tweets. They just randomly pick up these crazy tweets and just decide to post it now. So I guess it's Black History. It has nothing to do with Black History Month. So this is just stupidity. But they are legit pulling out the race card. Like it's like I said, a Exodia obliterating Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's like some Uno draw 4. Like, it's just cringy at the end of the day. These guys are just butthurt because he made a video about these guys. And actual Xbox guys who were featured in the same video, they didn't get as butthurt at all. They say they saw the video, laughed, and moved on. But these guys are really triggered. So it's just these cringy antics from these Sony fanboys. Is why they get made fun of on a constant basis, pretty much. So gotta conclude it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video. Always thanks for watching, and peace.